For the record, this is a protest in Hampstead, New Hampshire, which is a very, very small town. There's the group of pro-healthcare people over there, pro-government-run healthcare people, very small. Here's the group of anti-government-run healthcare, pro-liberty people here. You can see it goes beyond the sign. Some people here on the bench. Quite a large gathering, considering this is such a small town. That is the town hall building there.
Silent no more! 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 Silent no more!
Silent no more! Silent no more! Silent no more! Silent no more! Silent no more! Silent no more! Silent no more!
What town you're from?
I'm from Bedford.
Okay.
My name is Ann Paula Breath. I probably shouldn't give my name because this could be dangerous. And I oppose Obamacare because I'm 69 years and I'm not ready to let them let me die yet. I have too much to live for. I don't want socialized medicine and I don't want rationed health care. That's why I'm here.
And your name and where you're from?
Okay. My name's Lorna Andosha. I'm from Nashua, New Hampshire. I am mainly opposed to it because of the ambiguousness of the special needs clause that's in it on restricting enrollment and how they're leaving that up to a future study for cost effectiveness and such things as that. And considering that 1 in 150 people in America are born with autism, and that is just autism, that is not every other special needs that's out there, it seems unfathomable to me that they would put through a plan that would affect so many people without having a clear-cut plan of what they're going to do to provide these people with care.
Right.
I am also concerned about
what would you like to see happen with healthcare, and what about the current system?
I would like to see some reform take place, retained in the private sector. I think where the government has to step in is that they need to put caps on lawsuits so that the doctors don't have to pay as much in insurance, they can charge less. Hospitals aren't going to have to turn around and charge $10 for an aspirin and things like that just to cover their insurance costs. I also think that we need to stop providing free care for illegal aliens, because that's another reason why hospital costs are so high, is because they can get free medical care at the hospitals. And we need to cut costs within our constitutional system and not mandate what care people can have, what insurance they can have. Just keep it constitutional.
Hi, I'm Elaine Driscoll. I'm from Auburn, and I'm here today because I don't believe in a single payer system, which is what Obama has espoused, and also other Congress people. That's definitely where they want to go with this health care reform. I think that competition is very healthy in any industry, and there's so many things about this bill that are just terrible. I mean, the counseling for end-of-life procedures for our elderly, I mean, what kind of care is that? I couldn't find anything good in this particular health care reform bill. If
what
we
would
need
you like to see
reform,
happen?
What I would like to see is portability of insurance, possibly even across state lines if that's possible within a company. I think that the burden should be lifted off of small business people to have to hold that whole burden of providing insurance for industries. And I think government should get out of it. Their mandates on what insurance companies have to cover have driven up the cost of insurance to the point where it is right now.
Right.
And I don't believe that we should be having to cover sex change operations for people.
Or abortions.
Or abortion. Absolutely.
Thanks.
With lack of choice, it takes away my freedom.
What's your name?
Mike.
Mike from where?
Chester.
Okay.
So.
And tell me about the sign.
Democratic tyranny. You take away choices, you take away freedom.
Right.
And you can't get any more personal and freedom than your own health care.
The biggest issue with Obamacare is the fact that we've already seen TARP 1, TARP 2, GM bailout, the stimulus, cap and tax. We don't need anything else on our shoulders right now. We need to take it slow before we decide that we're going to overhaul a healthcare system that's going to affect my children and my children's children and generations beyond.
What's your name? What town are you from?
Regina from Hampstead.
Okay, thanks.
Hi.
Hi.
My biggest thing, and the only thing really, to sum it up, is that this is going to take away even more of our freedoms. Health to us is what we have, and the ability to choose and take care of our families and ourselves. Without that, by the government controlling it, we don't have freedom, and this is the United States of America. We need to keep our freedom, especially of our health.
Okay.
My name's Beth from Hollis.
Beth from Hollis, thanks.
I'm Jorge Mesatejada. I'm from Hampstead. I've been here since 1966.
Okay.
I've been very active in town affairs. And the one thing we pride ourselves in Hampstead is that we pay our way. We do not get government to pay for our way. And the thing that really gets my coat about this socialist regime that Obama has established is that he expects the government to pay for everything. He considers that when he says that healthcare is a right to him means the government pays, and that's false. I'll give you an example. Second Amendment gives me the right to bear arms. The government does not buy arms for me. I have my right to life, happiness, life. I forgot the rest. Liberty and the pursuit of happiness. That's my duty to do that.
So, where are you from originally?
I was born in Colombia.
And you're a U.S. citizen now?
For 54 years. Okay. Proud. I got it while I was in the Marine Corps.
Why'd you leave Colombia and come to the United States?
Because there were revolutions there. We're getting socialist regimes like this one. And my first revolution was when I was 12 years old.
Well, what does socialism do to people?
Reduces them to absolutely nothing, totally dependent. They have no voice. The government decides for them, just like Obama wants to tell you when you can die and how you can die. And according to the bill, if you read it, you have no recourse.
Thanks very much.
I read the bill. I laughed when this woman said that. Which bill? She hasn't read them because there have been lots of bills out and they haven't been out yet. Well, it's a lot of bull. I got them down from the web, and I happen to have read both, the cap and tax and the health bill. So if citizens can get it, how come all these people were the fantastic staffers, they cannot do it? So, a message to President Obama: we don't need your socialism. We'll fight you every way, every step of the way.
Yeah, exactly. What's your name?
Peter Burst.
And what town do you live in?
Danville.
Okay. Are you running for Congress, are you?
Congress.
You're here as a citizen today, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Now, why is that?
I've really been a tremendous advocate for 40 years of grassroots politics. There's nothing I like better than what I see here. People coming out to make a difference in things that concern their lives.
Right. And why are you personally opposed to Obamacare and tax and cap and tax and trade?
Well, because every piece of legislation we've seen has been thrown together and rammed down our throats. Congress has abandoned its role as a deliberative body. They're playing go along, get along. In fact, they all do. That's the name of the game. And there's severe faults in all the legislation that's been passed so far, starting with the bailout and the stimulus, cap and trade, and now Obamacare. It's not that the bill is bad in every respect, but there's so many bad features, and that's why it's so important for people to come out and point their finger and shout.
Well, are you in favor of a government-run system, or the government having more role in the system, or are you kind of a free market type of guy? Or is there
Well, look, government's already involved, sometimes for good, sometimes for ill. But this setup called Obamacare is far too much of a government system, socialized system. And for example, one point in the Republican attempts, futile attempts so far, unless they can be backed up by people like those we see here to give them some backbone. Republicans have been saying for some time, instead of a public insurance option, why don't we just pass a law which opens up the insurance market so it's a national market, so you promote competition among the private companies.
Okay, well that's getting government out of the way, isn't it?
Exactly.
Okay. Thanks.